What's up everyone, my name is Michael Tandarich and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to go over the exact healthcare plans that my family and I use. Obviously I run my own business, so picking healthcare is a little hard. So I'm going to go over the exact one that we use and the pros and cons of it. If you're new to my YouTube channel, all I talk about is how to market your business. So if you're a business owner and you're looking to market or brand or advertise your business, make sure you subscribe. I'm always coming out with videos on how to do those things. So that being said, let's dive right into it. So the healthcare system that my wife and I use is called Christian Healthcare Ministries. And basically the way you can think about it is everyone that is a part of Christian Healthcare Ministries takes their monthly payment and puts it into a giant bucket. And then if someone needs to withdraw from it to pay for their healthcare expenses, they can withdraw from it. Obviously that's the super broken down version of it, but essentially that's what it is. Everyone puts their money into a bucket and then people can take it out for their healthcare costs. I had made a video previously on Christian Healthcare Ministries, but that was a couple years ago and a lot has changed since then. They've added some new things, made some changes. So that's why I'm making this updated video. Something I really like about Christian Healthcare Ministries is you have to meet certain criteria in order to be able to join Christian Healthcare Ministries. And all those criteria are listed out on their website, but a lot of times what happens with healthcare systems is there are individuals that end up raising the cost so much because of what they've got going on, and that ends up raising the cost of your healthcare. So Christian Healthcare Ministries is very selective on who they pick. You have to follow Christian values in order to join, and by doing so, like I said, it keeps the cost low for everyone that joins. The other thing too is the government recognizes it as a healthcare option, so it's not like you're not paying for healthcare and you get dinged for that. They recognize it as a healthcare option, but technically speaking, it's not actually health insurance. Okay, so let me give you the breakdown of how the cost and everything works, and now I'll go into the plans they have and then the pros and cons that I have from using Christian Healthcare Ministries for the past couple years. So essentially what happens is every single month you pay a flat amount, and that flat amount is kind of your membership fee to be a part of Christian Healthcare Ministries. Now, if you have some kind of healthcare issue, so let's say you broke your leg, you have some kind of injury, you got really sick or something like that. If those bills go over a certain threshold, say $1,000, then they'll cover 100% of it. However, if it goes under $1,000, so it's $900, it's up to you to cover that cost. So basically you have your monthly fee, depending on how many individuals you have. Again, I'll go over those plans in a second, but you have your monthly fee, and then if you have any kind of healthcare issue come up, then those healthcare issues are covered as long as you go over a certain threshold. Now with those healthcare services, it doesn't cover things like dental or eye or just kind of checkups or chiropractor visits. It's really just incidentals and anything that kind of revolves around one incidental. So for example, like I said, if I broke my leg, it would cover the cost of the cast, the cost of going to the offices, the cost of the prescriptions for pain meds, that kind of stuff. Okay, let's jump into the programs that they have. So they have bronze, silver, and gold. And I'll start out with bronze. Bronze comes out to $90 per unit per month. And what they mean by per unit is basically if you are married, then you and your wife are 2 units, and then whatever kids you have, whether it's 1 or 10, counts as 1 unit. So the most you can get is 3 units. But the bronze package is $90 per unit per month. And all you really kind of need to know with this one, and it's all listed out on their website, but with the bronze, basically if you have an incidental that is over $5,000, then they'll cover it completely. But if it's under $5,000, then it's up to you to pay it. So if you're someone that doesn't have many incidentals, then this might be a really good option for you. The other thing too is they only cover up to $125,000 per incidental. So if you have anything over $125,000 and you have the bronze package, then you have to cover that. Another thing too with the bronze is they don't include maternity. So basically if you're having kids or anything like that, they don't cover the cost of that. The other thing too that they have along with every single one of their packages is this thing called Brother's Keeper, and it's a little bit more every single month, but it increases your incidental cost. So for example with bronze, it only goes up to $125,000 per incident, but if you add Brother's Keeper, it adds another additional $100,000. So that's bronze. Let's move over to silver. Silver comes out to $135 per unit per month. And because you're paying a little bit more every single month, your incidental cost goes down. So instead of $5,000 like it was with bronze, it goes down to $2,500. And just like bronze, is if your incidental goes up to $125,000, they'll cover it. But anything over $125,000, it's up to you to cover. And again, you can add Brother's Keeper, which adds an additional $100,000 to your silver package. And with silver, they don't cover maternity. So basically, if you're an individual or you're married and you don't have any kids, bronze and silver might be a good option for you. Silver just kind of gives you a lower incidental, and that's pretty much it. Now the third one is gold, and this is what my wife and I have, and that comes out to $235 per unit per month. Again, the units are husband, wife, and then kids. And doesn't matter how many kids you have, it just counts as your third. And with gold, the incidental goes all the way down to $1,000 per incident. So for example, if I break my leg and the prescriptions for my legs and the doctor visit and the cast and all that stuff comes out to over $1,000, they'll cover it 100%. And just like with silver and bronze, they'll cover up to $125,000 per instance. However, if you add Brother's Keeper with gold, it's unlimited for your incidents. So what that means is basically if I have Brother's Keeper along with my gold package, that no matter what the incident is or the illness, as long as if it goes over $125,000, they're still gonna cover it. So for me, if you have a family and you're financially able to, just get Brother's Keeper, and it basically covers everything. Now, unlike silver and bronze, if you have gold, your maternity care is covered for. So basically, if you have a kid, it's basically completely free. All the costs of having that kid with a gold package is covered. So that's basically the rough overview of every single package they have. Really, all you kind of need to know is what's the cost per unit per month, and then what's that incident cap that you have to meet in order to have your bills completely covered. Obviously, there's other kind of stipulations and stuff on there that you need to look over before making a decision. But going with gold and Brother's Keeper is the top one, and for the cost of it, I would highly suggest just doing that. So really only to have to pay like $700 every single month for your healthcare, and then you just have to at least hit that cap of $1,000. It just really financially speaking, like it's just the way to go in my opinion. All right, so those are all the packages. I have left a link in the description where you can learn more about these packages and register to become a member of Christian Healthcare Ministries. So if you're interested in that, definitely click the link in the description. All right, so let's go over the pros and cons, in my opinion, of Christian Healthcare Ministries. And we'll start out with the cons. Like I mentioned earlier, it doesn't cover things like dental or chiropractic work or just going in for a checkup, that kind of stuff, which honestly is kind of fine in my opinion, because basically the cost of having actual health care would way exceed the cost of me just paying out of pocket for dental work or paying out of pocket just to go into the doctor's office for a checkup. The second thing that's kind of a con in my opinion is the process to get your expenses covered. Basically, when you go into the hospital or urgent care or whatever, you have to say that you're self-paid and you have to do your best to get the cheapest price. And so you go in, say you're self-paid, and then you have to get an itemized invoice. Sometimes you have to get that mailed to you. And once you get all the itemized invoices for your entire incident or illness, you can take all those invoices and mail and submit them to Christian Healthcare Ministries, and then they'll review everything. Sometimes they'll try and call the hospital to get money back and all that stuff. Basically, you know, unlike health insurance where you kind of just go and give the doctor your card and then they handle everything and go to the health insurance company to get paid, you have to kind of pay out of pocket and then get the money back from Christian Healthcare Ministries after submitting all of your invoices. Now, when I say pay out of pocket, a lot of times we hardly have to pay anything without it first getting paid by Christian Healthcare Ministries. You can call the hospital and ask for a payment plan, and then you really get to pick what you want to pay. And so you just have to do self-pay, submit your invoices to Christian Healthcare Ministries, and then Christian Healthcare Ministries will send you a check. You deposit that check, and then you pay off the doctor bill completely. So it's a bit of a convoluted process, but again, to take that little bit of extra effort to save on your monthly bill and to actually, you know, save in general with your healthcare, I think it's definitely worth it. Now, in terms of the turnaround and getting that money, sometimes we've gotten it in 2 weeks and sometimes it's been like 2 months. So it really depends on the incident. But in my opinion, just doing the self-pay at the hospital and just saying, hey, bill me $10 a month, you're already a couple weeks out before you even get hit with your first bill. So by then you're typically paid by Christian Healthcare Ministries. As long as you quickly get your invoices and expenses to them, you'll be totally fine. So those are the main cons for me, at least with Christian Healthcare Ministries. Let's jump into the pros. For me, the number one big thing is just the cost, like I've mentioned. The cost is so low in comparison to other healthcare systems, and the fact that you can get your stuff completely covered is just mind-boggling to me. When you have health insurance, you have to meet premiums, and those are like $20,000 to $30,000, and it's just astronomical in comparison to this, where if you have the gold package and your incident is over $1,000, which most of the time it is, it's completely covered. So really your healthcare is only, if you have a family like me, so 3 units and gold, it's only like $700 a month. And again, if you're an individual and you want to go with bronze, that's only $90 a month for insurance, and then your incidence is $5,000. So yeah, that's a huge pro for me. It's just the cost side of it. Another big pro for me is the refer a friend. So I have a link below in the description, and if you register for Christian Healthcare Ministries using that link, I get credits on my account to potentially give me a free month of Christian Healthcare Ministries. So if you do that, I would greatly appreciate it. But after you register and become a member, they'll give you a refer a friend link, and you're able to go out to your friends and family and suggest Christian Healthcare Ministries and get credits on your account to get a free month. And I don't know about you, but I haven't heard of any other healthcare system doing that, to be able to get free months of healthcare. You're not getting that through Obamacare. It's just another really good way to save money. So like I said, if you are interested in registering for Christian Healthcare Ministries and use the link below, that gives me credits to utilize against my bills, and I would greatly appreciate it. All right, so that's pretty much it. If you have any questions whatsoever, leave a comment below. I know my last video got a ton of comments and I was able to get back to a bunch of people. So if you have any questions whatsoever, leave a comment below and I'll be happy to get back to you. Again, please dive into everything on the Christian Healthcare Ministries website. Sometimes they change things, so this video might be slightly outdated at some point. And lastly, if you use the link below and register as a member, I get credits for my account, which helps me get free months, and I would greatly appreciate that. So thanks for taking the time to watch the video. Make sure you subscribe if you're a business owner, and I'll see you in the next one.